Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. So as you can tell by today's title, we will be talking about a big storm that could be coming up into this upcoming week. Now, this thing is gonna be a rather rare system. It's gonna have quite a bit of snow with it for as late as it's occurring in the year, and it's also going to be dangerous because of a very powerful cold front that will develop on its cold front and along the cold front, and these storms will be over a large area. The Storm Prediction Center is already issuing warnings for that day, or a slight risk of severe weather. And granted, that's already 4 days out, 5 days out. So I do think that a good chance of enhanced, maybe even moderate, being issued is possible. So we will definitely have a lot of things to track, and of course, the main thing that's supporting, or I guess the kind of the really good strength of this cold front, the really strong dynamics, are really just the fact that behind this cold front there will be a ton of cold air. So here's the system, right? And let me go back right here. The GFS, mind you, does underplay the system quite a bit. There will be the first day of severe weather on Thursday, where it could drop quite a bit of storms and showers across the upper Midwest. Do note that the snow, again, occurring across Alberta, Canada, into British Columbia. But along this cold front, there is going to be really these bickering air masses. One is going to be very cold, one is going to be very warm, and that's what's going to lead to a larger severe weather outbreak that's further up towards the north, in areas that really haven't seen much severe weather thus far this year, mainly Illinois, into Missouri, Indiana, Michigan. So there's been quite a bit across upper plains in the south, but the central Midwest hasn't been really bombarded with storms this year yet. So yeah, let's start talking about that. So first off, let me just start off by showing you the Storm Prediction Center. Again, today there is an enhanced risk that's really along the East Coast right here. So I think already actually passed those areas. As I was talking about that little system yesterday, again, it is producing some rain, some storms. But our next area to watch is across the south and west. So notice today it's across the panhandle of Texas, a little bit of the panhandle of Oklahoma, and portions of northeastern New Mexico. Now tomorrow there's a slight, but you can see it's a large area. This area moves further towards the north and west. Biggest threat is mainly the wind, although you can see hail is also definitely there. Wednesday, not a big day for severe weather. Definitely a slight can be still issued, but you could see it's across a pretty large area of the United States, kind of the southern central United States. Thursday is again kind of the first day of that system. Notice day 4, so pretty far out, and they have a large area for, again, Minneapolis, Minnesota, right? Portions of maybe even Green Bay right there. Mainly though western, just northern Wisconsin, northern Iowa, a little bit of northeastern Nebraska, and portions of eastern South Dakota. And then day 5, you can see this thing again, it's still already issued day 5. So again, this is far out, a large area that, again, especially up here, I haven't seen a ton of severe weather this year, but it's definitely, definitely had its share. But this one could be a big one. I do think that a 30%, an enhanced will be issued by the time the day comes. Maybe a moderate somewhere along this large area. And again, large cities here, Chicago, Dallas, those are just alone two of the, I think, in the top 5 largest cities in the U.S., so some very large metros. And right there, you can see on day 6, they even have a slight issue for portions of the Northeast. So this system is going to be contributing to a lot of severe weather potential in the coming week. So let's time this out. Again, that's today's system. What we're looking for is not even this system, because that's kind of an intermediate one. That will be associated with some severe weather tomorrow across the Midwest, Kansas into Nebraska, where we saw that slight risk. Wednesday, again, the marginal risk is mainly some of these storms further here south. Again, nothing big, which is why it's just a marginal, maybe a slight risk will be issued for a portion of the area. But our main interest is this guy right here, which starts moving in as early as late Tuesday into Wednesday. Notice a bit of snow, quite a bit of it actually for this time of the year, quite a bit of rain into Montana, Wyoming, Idaho. But then this thing quickly explodes, and if you remember, day 4, there is a large area for, in Minnesota, Wisconsin. That's when this will be occurring. So again, this is your late Thursday and into overnight Friday. This is something we'll have to watch for. Probably a decent tornado threat, hail, maybe some wind as well. But from what it looks like, it's probably going to be mainly a hail and tornado threat that is kind of the main concern. And obviously these areas have seen a lot of rain, so any additional significant rain from these thunderstorms could produce some flooding concerns as well. Notice there's going to be some snow falling pretty heavily at times across portions of southern Canada into Montana, Colorado, and Wyoming. Again, yesterday the models, or at least some of them, were a bit more ambitious with this snow. Now they're a bit less. So you could see cities like Denver could be picking up still some snow. So there could be a few surprises with this guy. But again, the main concern is this cold front, which erupts here Friday. The European does a better job of showing it, which I'll show you in just a minute. But it continues into Saturday and kind of stretches out and eventually puts itself into the northeast, which again is where those slight risks are issued for day 5 and day 6, and day 4 is really the first day of that severe weather from this system. Now, let me show you another model, like the Canadian. I don't want to just show you one model. Let me show you several models. So let's time this out. Again, that's today's system. You can see quite a bit of heavy rain, maybe even some snow across southern Canada. We have that little middle system that pushes through, and then by, again, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, especially by Thursday, we have that first wave of the severe weather. The Canadian model shows that. We do have a little bit of snow, and then that cold front, you can see erupting. It's going to be very warm across these areas when this system is occurring, and you can see those boundaries of air are very significant. Here it's rather cold, and to the south it's very warm, and that's exactly why the severe weather threat is going to be a bit more amplified than normal. A lot of dynamics, thermodynamics supporting this, and of course strong low pressure with a strong cold front, with any energy that is available, is going to make things a bit worse. And you can see it's pretty slow moving, so some flooding is definitely a concern, as some retraining of storms is possible, and this eventually shifts into the northeast, which is where that day 6 slight risk is issued. And after that, I do want to say that there could be quite a bit of cool air that moves into the U.S. briefly, but definitely there, and you can see that's behind that system. Again, shouldn't be frost or whatnot, as it is almost late May at this point. Though during the night, extreme northern areas could pick up a little bit of frost, but just, more marginal temps. It should be actually pretty nice, especially as you get further towards the south. You have 70s and 80s instead of 90s or whatnot. And the humidity should be also pretty quenched out behind this cold front. Let me show you the European model now. This, again, is probably the best model that I like to use for at least severe weather events that are a little bit further out than the short range models. This one just shows us precip in the form of rain. There could be snow occurring, but it doesn't color code it. It's just precipitation, right? It doesn't really discriminate between the precip types. But notice there's, again, that middle system that could be dropping a bit of severe weather on Tuesday across Kansas and Missouri. That moves out. That's not the big one. This is the big one that's concerning. Again, quite a bit of cooler for the northwest with that. There is a decent bit of snow according to the European. And there's that first day you can see across the upper Midwest with that snow. Sorry, with that severe weather threat late Thursday into early Friday. And then this thing pivots, stretches itself out, and right there, 4 p.m. Notice, watch this line right here, and it explodes really significantly. The European, again, as said, does a very good job of showing that explosion. There could be some nasty storms, and again, it's not super quick moving. It's rather slow, and there could be some retraining of storms here, so definitely something to watch for. As the night progresses into Saturday, it does calm down, but it revamps itself as it heads into the northeast on Saturday afternoon. Pretty strong cold front, and again, the European shows quite a bit of chilly air behind this system, which brings the temperatures down quite a bit. Even 10 to 15 degrees below average in some areas. That's a pretty powerful blast of cool air for May, caused by a singular storm system. But again, that gets whipped out of here very quickly, and we see resurging moisture masses. More threats probably for severe weather, rain, and what's not, as we have moisture pretty much abundantly flowing in from the Pacific, from the south. So it looks as if an active pattern beyond this will continue. And in order to show you this active pattern, I think the GFS does a better job of this. So again, I'll just show it from the beginning. There's our big storm that we're worried about, but let's go past this and show you that after that cool air mass comes through, more activity right to the south. There could be some tropical moisture, a lot of Pacific moisture streaming in, and it doesn't seem that there will be a shortage of again, just precipitation chances across the United States. If I were to show you the total accumulated precip for the next 15 days. You can see it's obviously right there. That would be amplified if there was some sort of a tropical threat that organizes. For now, it's still too far out, but a lot of the U.S. covered in decent rain, right? Other than the Southwest, which is a bit unfortunate, but everywhere else, this isn't a horrible forecast. We have a decent rain, including southern Canada, southeastern Canada, south central Canada, the northeast, the southeast, really even the south central U.S., the northern plains, the Midwest, and northwest. Really, the only region you could say that's going to be kind of missed out is the Southwest, which unfortunately is the one that needs it the most out of all of these regions. But that's just how it is, and you can see that the ensembles also are pretty supportive of a widespread, pretty wet pattern. As again, it's not just from one source that this moisture is coming in from. It's the Pacific, though again, it would be nice if it was further towards the south. It's coming in through the northwest. Right here through the tropics, and that brings in warm air, and these two produce a lot of moisture for the U.S., and that is definitely above average. And you can see 7 total precip day anomaly. A lot of the U.S. is in that green, as it's going to be above average. Again, the only area that you could say is going to be drier is really just the Southwest. So that's a bit unfortunate. But at least a good portion of the country will be seeing some sort of rain. So no more, I guess, expansion of the drought from the area where it's the worst, if you want to put it that way, in the near term. I want to show you the HER model. This is just a model that goes out very not far out. The reason I'm showing you this is because I want to show you the system that could occur tomorrow. So again, we do have this little spinny guy. This thing's mainly done. It's done, or not mainly, but in terms of its severe weather, it's mainly over. You can see 7, 8. It's dragging it right now itself into the New England area. A lot of the severe weather that was earlier across the Northeast kind of already left out onto the ocean, and this thing stays in Canada where it could drop quite a bit of rain. But again, this is our area of interest. You can see that tomorrow this is where there could be some nasty storms later at night, right there across Nebraska into portions of Iowa, maybe Missouri, and especially Kansas. And then this does, you can see, kind of traverse towards the east. The exact orientation of this further eastward, it's a bit tough to tell. Some models, you could see like this one, basically show just one giant consolidation of precipitation, while a model like the NAM 12KM, you can see keep these kind of distinct. There's one northern one, one southern one, and that kind of moves off. But again, that's not really the main one that we're concerned about. That's this guy right here. But that's definitely still something I want to show you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I could show you the total snowfall from what the models think will happen from this event. Notice again, it's significant toning down of what compared to yesterday. Again, yesterday they showed this, so that was a lot more. At midnight, they already did a pretty abrupt transition. But I do want to note that for areas like Colorado, this could actually be a decent snow system, and even not just for the mountains, areas like Denver. So let me see, the Southwest U.S. right there, right? Denver could be picking up even several inches right there. So that would definitely be interesting, and it's not supported by just the GFS. You can see the Canadian also shows a bit of snow getting in there, albeit it's a bit less. And I could show you also, well, I would show you the European, but again, on this website it doesn't show you the snowfall, but I can show you the total precip right there. You could see definitely falling, probably as a lot of that as snow from that system. So that is basically it for today's video. I just wanted to again inform you that basically, this upcoming week is going to be pretty chaotic. Again, Tuesday is where tomorrow it's mainly that little intermediate system. Tornado threat low, the wind threat's higher, and the wind hail threat's a bit higher. Again, nothing incredible. Wednesday, it's a pretty calm day. It's kind of in between storms, and then Thursday is when things get acted up. Notice the upper Midwest, then the Midwest, and then portions of the Northeast. So it's going to be a pretty big onslaught. And again, there could be even some moderates on some of these days. If I were to take a guess, it would either be day 4 or day 5. And again, not across as massive of an area as the yellow, but a decent chunk, maybe further towards the south. But again, the system has a lot of things to work with it, so I wouldn't be surprised if the severe weather threat is just significantly further north than what we've been seeing typically thus far. So that is that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I'll catch you all guys on the next episode. So see ya.